I'm Lindsay Morgan Tracy, and I've been a member of the Pearl Church since your first service in the hotel over a year ago. And I am the chair of the Colorado Governor's Commission on Community Service. I've been a commissioner for 6 years. For the last 2 years, I've been chair. My real job is Director of Community and Public Relations for Johnson & Wales University in East Denver. And I have a husband, Ryan, who works for Microsoft. I fondly say that he works for the nerd herd. He won't appreciate that. And then we have 2 lovely boys, a 4 and a 3-year-old, who keep me wanting coffee every day. I'd been going to a lot of churches with my husband. We were trying to find a good home church. And we had tried several other churches in the area, and I mean, they're great, but maybe just something didn't resonate with me. And our friends Keegan and Lisa said, "Oh, come to this new church, it's starting." And we said, okay, I'm willing to try something new. I'm willing to learn from other people and see what they have to say. And I think in your first sermon you said, "We are here to challenge you. We are not here to judge you. We are here to challenge." And again, it was just a huge, that philosophy resonated with me again, because I've been judged my whole life, I felt, especially in the faith component, in the faith world. And when you said you're here to challenge me, I'm like, yep, I want to be challenged in my faith. I want to be challenged, I want to learn, I want to grow, I want to meet other like-minded people like that. I've certainly grown with my prayer ability. I'm comfortable praying. I'm comfortable praying with my kids and my husband. And I really think it's having a good set of friends, people who are challenging you at church, whether it's Pastor Doug, Pastor Donna, you name it. I think that's healthy. And the power of prayer has been, I think, incredible for me this past year. And I don't know if I can adequately describe that. And that's because I found out I had cancer in May or June, I can't remember. And then Pastor Doug and some friends came over and they prayed over me, and I would have to say that my healing journey, having cancer in June, has been incredible. I think the best advice I've ever received was philanthropy will get you nowhere. Because like a good little girl, I didn't listen. And I have to say that philanthropy has gotten me everywhere. Whether it's friends, whether it's a job, whether it's, you name it, it's gotten me everywhere. So when I was 18, I received a phone call from a friend who was starting a camp for kids infected or affected by HIV or AIDS, which means their siblings could go to the same camp. So this was back before the movie Philadelphia, back in 1992. I was 18, and I said, sure, I'll help start a camp for kids with AIDS. Everyone should go to camp. Pretty soon I was receiving hate mail in the mailbox. We didn't have email back then. And it was, "You're going to hell, Lindsay. God hates the sinner." No, God hates the sin, but not the sinner. Very interesting, and because I was unfazed by it, they went to my family, my parents, and that was hard. So then my parents were getting this hate mail, and that was really hard for me to see them affected by it. I lost a roommate in college because, again, I was bringing kids who had AIDS into my dorm room, and that was scary for her and her family. My story sold because eventually I got disowned from my family because I continued to help these kids and these families who were affected or infected with HIV. So once I started the camp for kids with AIDS, or helped to start the camp, my family immediately disowned me, even my immediate family. It was very uncomfortable for them. I could swear in the house, I could do anything, but if I mentioned AIDS or any A word, that was really frowned upon. Swearing wasn't, but AIDS was. Very interesting. My immediate family, became educated, and I really believe that education is important and that fights stigmas, but my great aunt, who was the matriarch millionaire in the family, said, Lindsay, I don't want you to do this camp because you either have AIDS, you're going to get AIDS, or you'll embarrass us, so why should we support you? So at that point she said, Lindsay, I'll give you $10,000 cash not to do the camp. And I said, no. Then she said, Lindsay, I'll give you a trip anywhere in the world because I know you love adventure and I know you love traveling. And I said, no. And then she said, I'm really going to cut you out of the will. Are you going to give up $1 million+? And I said, not enough money could replace one smile I could put on a kid's face. So I knew there was something bigger. I knew there was something better out there. And a lot of people would quote scripture to me when I was, starting the camp, and the only thing that I could think of at the time was, well, Jesus hung out with the lepers of society. Well, the camp now is the largest national camp for children infected or affected by HIV. It's been featured on Oprah's Angel Network. It's been featured all over the country in national and international news. So I'm so proud of its progress and what it does for kids and families internationally. It's called One Heartland now, and to know that I was a part of the first 3 years is pretty incredible. Service to me is a core tenet of mine. It's something that I will always do, whether it's every week, even in the small ways, saying, hi, what can I do to help you? And most people don't think of service in those, microscopic ways, but it is. It's reaching out beyond yourself to help somebody else. And whether it's through time, talent, or treasure, I really go forward in my life every day thinking about how I can give to others, including my family. So, it's service to your family, service to your church, service to the community, you name it. And I really, I thrive on it. I think that was the catalyst for me to really get into education and to service, because that's where you can really make a big impact. And I still work for a nonprofit at Johnson & Wales. I'm the chair of the Colorado Governor's Commission. I'm on numerous other nonprofit boards, both here and nationally. And it's gotten me everywhere. It fills my bucket.